Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take your sweet potatoes, and I'm just going to cut them into dices like that, circles. We're going to boil these. I'll get them sliced up and on the stove to boil. Okay, so we've got our sweet potatoes and water just a little bit over the top. I'm gonna bring this to a rolling boil and then turn it down to like a medium high, and we're gonna cook them for 25 minutes and test them to see how tender they are. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of kosher salt on top. I don't want to put too much salt because it'll boil over. I don't really want to do that. I just want to bring the salt and have it infuse into that sweet potato. So once these are ready to be mashed up, we'll be back. Okay, our sweet potatoes are boiled, drained, and I didn't have time to finish making the pies, so I've refrigerated the sweet potatoes to start up in the morning because I didn't have time to finish. I ran out of daylight. So I have a stick of butter in here, or a half a cup of butter. It's organic, so I have salted butter, but I recommend unsalted. I don't have unsalted handy, so you can't take salt out. So we need about 1 pound of sweet potatoes. Now I cooked more than that. I'm going to freeze what I don't use, but this is for two pies, not one. So you would just cut your ingredients in half. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sweet potatoes. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of heavy cream. I'm going to add a teaspoon, a little more than a teaspoon of vanilla, and this is my homemade vanilla. I need 1 cup of light brown sugar. You could use dark if you wanted to. Cup. I used a 1/2 cup measure on that. Then I'm going to use, for spices, I'm going to do a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. A nutmeg, or 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of clove. You could use the same recipe with pumpkin if you choose. We're going to throw in 2 eggs. And we need probably 3 to 4 tablespoons of flour. Okay, I'd say add salt, but I already have salt in my butter, so I'm not going to do that. But if you're using unsalted butter, about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. So let's get all this blended up together. Okay, so that is the consistency you want. And now let's get them into our pie shells. Okay, we're gonna prick these. You don't prick this, it's gonna bubble up on you. And it's gonna shrink. Okay. Now let's get our pie mix. You can pre-bake your pie shell, but it really doesn't do anything. So I just do mine like this. You're going to bake this for 50 to 60 minutes or an hour. And just until the middle is a little jiggly. And if you, after 30 minutes of baking, if you want to cover the edges with foil, feel free to do so your edges don't get super brown. They do make those pie shields. I don't have one, but I've seen them and I know they work. So, okay, I'm gonna get my other pie filled and we'll get these in the oven and we'll be back. The pies are out of the oven, so let's make some whipped cream for our sweet potato pie. This is heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna do like 4 heaping tablespoons of powdered sugar. And we're going to crank it up on high. Okay, we've got our whipping cream, really thick. Let's cut a piece of pie. Okay, here's our sweet potato pie with whipped cream. If I had some cinnamon close by, I would dash it with cinnamon. This pie had less of the filling in it, but I'm going to try it. Oh my god, it's so good. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Try Southern sweet potato pie. You'll love it. Thanks everybody. Have a blessed day.